Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Class Action Megapark. In the last episode I built this coaster where two trains actually share the same track for quite a bit of the layout. I wasn't able to completely finish it in the last episode, so that's what I'm going to do in the first half of this episode. And then in the second half I want to make a big Ferris wheel, probably suspend it over the path here and make it sort of in the form of one of those bucket wheel excavators. I think that will be a really nice and silly way of doing a Ferris wheel over here. Okay, I'll first start off by working on the station for this coaster. Yeah, quite a bit of work to do here. I still need to make the queues look nice, and I want to cover up these parts over here and the coaster station itself. Alright, I tried overlaying normal paths over these queue paths, but for some reason the game considers these, when I do that, for some reason the game will turn these paths white. So basically it will consider them wide paths, and then guests will ignore these ones for pathfinding, and that actually leads to a lot of guests getting lost here. Not really sure what causes it, but it is quite annoying. So probably I'll just make these paths, these queue paths, invisible, and I'll do something else with them. Alright, and I did some decoration work here on the back side of the coaster. I think this area already looks much nicer now. So I kind of want to get this feeling of a dugout trench. And I also made some near misses with some of these railroad sections that I also placed right above the track here. So yeah, I actually quite like the way it looks, and of course the foliage just finishes off this area. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit more decoration over here on this side, and after that I want to start on the new ride in the park. Alright, I decided to add a little bit of movement to this area, so I added this reverse air coaster track with some minecarts, and that actually now passes over the coaster and next to the coaster a few times. I think it's just a nice little way to add some decoration in this area in a very simple way. Alright, with that done, I think it's time to add a new ride to this area. And yeah, the new ride, a ride that we don't have in the park yet, is a Ferris wheel. I think it will look really cool if we make a big digging machine over here, which the Ferris wheel is suspended on. Now, I took great inspiration for this Ferris wheel from Bear. He actually made some of these digging machines in some of his entries, and also in a multiplayer round. So yeah, it will be quite heavily based on his design. But yeah, of course, I won't really copy his design. I will make my own. But yeah, just so you know where I got the inspiration from. Now, I believe in Germany, but maybe also in several other countries, there's these huge digging machines that are used for scooping up, I believe it's some form of coal. Yeah, those mining machines are huge, and I think it will be real fun to have people actually sit in the scooping wheel. So yeah, I'm just going to try and make a nice design here. I think I can probably build it somewhere over this loop, but I'll have to try and do it in a way that it doesn't block too much of the view here. So I definitely want this loop to be visible from this angle. So I'll just play around a bit and see what's the best angle to build it. Well, probably over here will be the best fit. Alright, I'm really liking how it's shaping up already. Now, again, I was really inspired to make this by some of the versions of this that Bear made in some of his parks. You should really go check them out. I believe there was one in multiplayer around 40, and in his entry for, I believe it was the Eurofighter contest. But yeah, I don't like completely copying other people's work, so I am really giving it my own twist. So I gave his versions, a few looks, and after that I decided to base my own on that. Anyway, the main part of it is now done. So here's the big arm with the eventual Ferris wheel on it. Now I will have to make this part look a bit nicer. But yeah, that'll be something I still have to figure out how to do that. Basically, I want the eventual vehicles to rotate around this point here, and of course it needs a good center hub. And something else which I still need to do is the main body for the ride, and tracks for it to run on. But I think that will be fairly simple to do. Okay, I've now made the structure for the digging machine. Still need to do the bottom part, but at least the wheels are now done. And I've also managed to make a cube path through the structure, which will be used by the guests later. Okay, I think it's now time to work on the actual shoestring for the Ferris wheel. So yeah, I will do that now. Just going to try and make a station in the right place, get the right amount of vehicles on, and get this Ferris wheel to behave properly before I do any more construction over here. Now, one thing I should really write down somewhere is how many cars actually fit on a track like this. I mean, I have made a Ferris wheel a lot of times, so I should remember it by now. But yeah, I guess for now I'll just have to go and find out how many will actually fit on here. So that's what I will do first. Alright, it looks to me like the ride is actually functioning, which is really nice. It's always nice to get things like these the first time right. So yeah, just need some sort of center wheel here, center hub here, I mean. Maybe I'll make some spokes here as well. And yeah, I think the ride is then basically functioning, so I'll just have to make the queue nice, probably add a little bit of body here for the ride, and then it should be pretty much done. Alright, I moved the exit to over here. Basically, when you move an exit, guests will actually should actually teleport to the exit when they exit the ride, but they will always go at the height where the platform of the ride is. So even if you move the exit somewhere, I don't know, over here, and if you moved it down, they will still exit at this height and then fall down. So that's why I hid the exit of the ride over here, because guests will spawn here after they exit the ride and then fall down. I will probably move the exit down so mechanics can still reach the ride, but I did make this little mountain here just to hide the fact that guests will appear over here. Alright, there seems to be a slight issue that guests actually walk to over here through the sky or through the air, and then they walk into the mountain here. So it doesn't really work as I expected. So what I'm going to do is I will move the entrance to right below here, and I will just let guests fall down here. Alright, I think that's enough building from me for today. Yeah, this recording session is already really long, so I might do some more decorating off camera, but for now I'm just really happy with the way this ride turned out. I think this is such a cool Ferris wheel for this area. I think it sits over the path here really nicely. So yeah, what I still want to do, I just got a new patron, so I think it will be nice to feature him in the park. And here at the back is probably a nice spot for an extra entertainer, so that's where I will put him. And his name will be H Machine. So yeah, thanks H Machine for joining as a patron. I really appreciate the support. I hope you enjoy your spot in the park. I think it's a very nice spot that a lot of people will actually see. Let's quickly make the paths invisible. Alright, yeah, like I already said, I just love how this Ferris wheel became. Now, it does sort of block the view of the loop from this angle. But oh well, it is what it is. From this angle, the loop is still here. I think it's really fitting for the mine theme. I also really like how this area has become. Now, again, also this area still needs some love here and there, but I didn't want to do a full episode of just decorating this ride. I will do quite a bit off camera. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked watching me build, please consider giving this video a like. It will really help out my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.